What up, humans? Kurumi here, and welcome to the Mobile Legends Bootcamp. In this video, we are going to talk about Glue. Glue is a tank hero that is like an overly attached girlfriend that sticks like forever. We consider Glue as a tank support since he can easily gank enemy heroes while being durable. Now, let me share some tips and tricks on how to use Glue based on our experience. We will also teach you some combos and techniques on the latter part of this bootcamp. But before that, let me explain his skills one by one for further understanding. Glue's passive stick lets him slow down enemies while being durable. Each time an enemy is hit by Glue's skills, they gain a stack of sticky which slows them down for a short period. The slowing effect stacks for 5 times. Also, each stack of sticky to an enemy reduces their damage dealt to Glue by a certain percentage. You can easily gank charges with your ultimate skill since it deals skill damage every instant a Glue steps on the target. The enemy having full stacks will let them feel your stickiness. Glue's first skill, Slam, lets him slow enemy targets. He reaches out and slams the ground which deals magic damage to the enemy. Its range is no joke since it can deal damage to enemies from afar. With this, you can easily harass enemies in your lane. On the final location, a Glue is left behind and explodes after 3 seconds which deals magic damage to enemies nearby. They are also immobilized for a short period. Glue can also make the Glue explode immediately by touching it. The explosion could help you deal more damage to the targets hit. Glue's second skill, Pass, lets him immobilize a target. He stretches forth to deal magic damage to enemies along the path and immobilizing them for a really short period. When this skill hits a Glue will charge towards the Glue. The charge will also drag enemies along the path towards the Glue's direction. The combo can let you jump into team fights easily and immobilize enemies. The pull can let you pass through obstacles. Although make sure you calculate on where you landed the Glue because if it's too near past an obstacle, you might not be able to make it and experience a painful death. You can also use the combo to escape death. Glue's ultimate skill, Split, lets him split into multiple pieces. He splits into 12 for a short while. Each Glue have a small reasonable health and all pieces can move together freely with a movement speed buff. You can let the Goose deal damage to gain 5 stacks of sticky easily. The Goose can serve as a distraction for the enemy turret when you use it on the right angle before you enter its radius. Glue recovers a percentage of his max health every second, and deals magic damage to targets hits every split second. Whenever you're in trouble, you can use your ultimate skill and benefit from the health regeneration. While on this phase, you can click his ultimate skill again. Glue now attaches himself to a target enemy hero with full stacks of his passive, then immediately regaining a percentage of his own max health. If in case you were able to deal 5 stacks of sticky to multiple targets, you can hold the skill icon and choose which hero to possess. On this form, he can cast skills with their cooldown times but he cannot move in return. With the first and second skill combo, you can also pull the host away from their turret if they are trying to hide under the turret. His basic attacks on this form deal magic damage at its current location. Just take note that his basic attacks deal skill damage, that's why it triggers items like Glowing Wand. So that means that dealing basic attacks while possessing an enemy will still give stacks of sticky to the enemies hit nearby. When he receives damage except for turret damage, a percentage of it will be transmitted to its host as magic damage and another percentage will regenerate some health for you. Take note that the enemies can hit you while you are possessing a host and they will deal damage to both you and the enemy host. This is definitely a low-key version of friendly fire. You can see here they just kept on killing their teammate Paquito, who is still in shock on why his friends hate him. Here, Luo Yi looks like really hate Gujin so much that she just kept on attacking me. Probably Gujin dumped Luo Yi for another girl and she is still mad. Now Luo Yi just realized she killed Gujin and just froze to death. So even if you get attacked by turrets while possessing an enemy, only you will receive the damage and not the host. Remember that you are not invincible, okay? On this form, his ultimate skill can be clicked again. Upon using, Glue can choose to leave the host before the effect duration is over. If the enemy tries to bring you to their turret, you can use your ultimate to escape from the host. When you die while on your ultimate skill, your dead body will still deal magic damage to the location. There are so many items that you can buy for glue. You can use the Kurumi Way build if you want to roam and assist your allies towards victory. Courage Mask to support your team better. Buying masks will grant you gold and EXP when you are ranking last on gold and EXP farmed on your team. This makes you worry no more on farming while visiting lanes non-stop for more hero killings. Allies beside you also gain additional attack, magic power, physical and magic defense and health in mana regen. Its active skill, Encourage, lets you and nearby allies be blessed with movement speed and physical and magic attack for a short period. Warrior Boots to be granted additional physical defense for more durability. Oracle increases your health regeneration effects and amount of shield gain. Cursed Helmet to deal magic damage to nearby enemies per instance depending on your health points. Dominant Ice to slow down the movement and attack speed of nearby enemies. Blade Armor to deal back damage to enemies attacking you with physical attack. On the other hand, you can use the Gorable build if you intend to be more durable without roaming. Antique Cuirass will reduce the physical attack of the enemies attacking you. Immortality will resurrect you upon dying. Upon resurrection, you are given a certain amount of health points and a little bit of shield to protect you somehow. Lastly, you can use the Mage Goo build if you prefer to deal more damage with your skills. Demon Shoes gives you mana regeneration and you also restore mana every time you kill a minion, or engage in enemy hero killings. Blood Wings will grant you lots of magic power and lots of health points depending on your magic power. Glowing Wand will deal continuous damage to enemies when they are damaged by your skills. Concentrated Energy will grant you massive magic lifesteal which regenerates health every time your skill deals damage. It will also regenerate your health every time you kill an enemy. Winter Truncheon has an active skill that freezes you for a few moments which will make you immune to all damage and debuffs but you are not able to move while on this state. The item build for glue really depends on the enemy's lineup, so make sure to read each item's descriptions so you can adapt in-game. One of the best spells to be used on glue is Petrify. You can use this to petrify nearby enemies for a few moments. This can really help you attack enemies peacefully when they are petrified. You might also want to consider Vengeance. This spell will deal magic damage to enemies attacking you. The damage computation depends on a percentage of the damage dealt to you. You might also want to consider the forbidden spell for glue, Flame Shot. Using this spell will knock back enemies hit near you, reduce their movement speed, and will deal certain amount of magic damage. Take note that using Flame Shot when you are inside a host with your ultimate skill will push your host towards the direction of your Flame Shot. This makes the host be pushed further towards your teammates for easy killing. In my opinion, you can use either of the two emblem sets on glue depending on your playing style. If you prefer to be a support tank with high regeneration ability, then the best emblem set to be used is the custom support emblem set. Set agility to max level because it can give you additional movement speed to chase enemies or escape death. Set gift to max level to provide additional healing effects on your regeneration abilities. Get focusing mark to increase the damage dealt of your allies to your target after dealing damage to that enemy. On the other hand, if you are aiming for a tank with durability, then you should consider custom tank emblem set. Tenacity will grant you extra physical and magic defense when your health drops below 40%. Set first skill to max level first to have its damage higher and its cooldown lower. Prioritize second skill less since your first skill lets you deal more damage to enemies. Always upgrade his ultimate skill when available for upgrading. We tried different spells that could be possibly used by glue while possessing a target. Vengeance can be casted in case the enemies focus their fire on you. Petrify also works while riding the enemy. Unfortunately, Flicker doesn't work since you can't relocate while being inside the enemy. Although, you can just push them with Flame Shot easily. In terms of his combo, we utilize this favorite combo of ours. First, we use our first skill to deal damage and put a goo beside the enemy. Then, we use our second skill to immobilize the target. Pull ourselves towards the goo and make the goo explode which will deal damage and immobilize the target again. Then, we use our ultimate skill and let the goo step on the target to reach max stacks of sticky. As much as possible, let the goo stomp on the enemy for a longer time to deal more magic damage to them. Then, we use our ultimate skill again to possess the desired target. Inside the host, we use our first and second skill to pull the enemy towards our teammates. Just make sure not to pull crowd control setters like Tigreal or Akai towards your team, since you might help the enemy instead. Then, deal basic attacks to continue dealing damage while putting sticky stacks to the target's hit. If the target tried running away, use Flame Shot towards the direction you want the host to be pushed. I hope the target is already dead by that time. Additional tip: sometimes even if you just focus on your goal, you still hurt somebody, and you still end up not achieving your goal. But don't worry, just don't give up. You will eventually achieve your goal, trust me. Don't be like this Paquito, who just gave up, or maybe his wife did. The tips I mentioned are just some of the ways you can use glue. This video just guides you on how to use glue the Kurumi way. So, once again, this is Kurumi and that's how you use glue. Thanks for watching. Do not forget to like and share this video. Also subscribe to our channel for more contents by clicking on the subscribe button below. For our skin giveaway events, check out the community tab for the giveaway post. We have our Ko-fi account just in case you want to donate us some Ko-fi funds. Check our Ko-fi link on the description of this video. Please only trust bootcamp videos from our official accounts. See you on the next Mobile Legends Bootcamp. Cheers!